Welcome to the Committed Lifestyle Podcast. I'm your host, Jody, and each week we're going to be diving in deep, covering all things that help you step up your game, master your mindset, and help you commit to creating the life you desire. So if you're ready for that, let's get started. Hey guys, and welcome back. I feel like it's been a little bit since I've been on here. There's just been a lot going on, right? I think we can all agree on that one. And, right now there is just so much change happening with this COVID-19. And what I really want to talk about is how to make the best of a crisis, because honestly, I'm not really the person to say that we're in a crisis, but we're kind of in a crisis right now in multiple ways. And for a lot of people, this is scary for them. They don't know what they're going to do, and they're watching a lot of news, and there is a lot of scare. And, they are wondering how they're going to be able to really get through this, and we're all impacted by this in one way or another. And the thing is we might not all come out on top, but we can all come out better in the end. And I just want to help with some mindset shifts that will really help you get through this and making the best of what's going on, and even finding opportunity in what's happening right now. And so with anything, whether it's a crisis or whether it's a massive blessing, things happen in seasons. And right now we're in a season. We have no idea how long this will last. We don't know if this, quarantine is going to be just 30 days or if it's going to be 60 days. Shorter or longer, we just really have no idea. And right now, for all of us, it's an unknown. It's an uncertainty is what it is. And, we don't like uncertainty. We like knowing what's going to happen next. And that's why a lot of us don't like change. But you want to know what? Here's the thing that's a constant. Uncertainty and change is a constant if you actually think about it, because everything happens in seasons. Life, your job, relationships, your health, every single thing we go through, our bodies, it has to change. And it's so funny to me when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. Change is the only constant thing that we have, because nothing lasts forever. Everything's always changing. So just realizing that, by the way, the fact that everything changes and there's always going to be some form of uncertainty, hopefully that just kind of helps you just embrace this a little bit more easily, and knowing that you're constantly going through change. Just happens to be a very different kind than I think that we've ever experienced before. And so some other things that I want to help you with this mindset shift is you can either live in fear from this and panic and worry by watching the news, by checking your stocks, by checking your 401k, all that stuff, and you can let it scare you. Or you can get into action of doing different things to quiet that fearful voice. And now I'm not saying don't be scared or feel fearful. I'm just saying you don't need to stay there. You don't need to stay there in your thoughts. And it's really about your choices of what you choose to partake in every single day. And so some things I want you to think about that you can really take on right now in how to adapt to this is these 5 words: resonate, relate, recalibrate, resilience, and pivot. So I'll say that again: resonate, relate, recalibrate, learn how to talk, resilience, and pivot. These last three are actually the ones that are most important to me. Yes, we need to, resonate with each other and know that we're all going through something. We need to be relatable, knowing that, look, you're not the only person who is being affected or being, what's the right word? Finding the opportunity in this. And so we just need to be, very hyper aware of that there is other people going through this, and we just want to, resonate with them, relate with them, have empathy and compassion. But right now is also the time to recalibrate your thoughts, recalibrate your actions, recalibrate what you're doing, and to have resilience. So you can either lay down on the ground and give up, wave the white flag, but I'll tell you what, no one's coming to save you. Or you can be resilient like what are one of those animals with a hard shell, or a porcupine. Just something resilient that adapts to things, and you can stand up and you can get out there and you can find new opportunity in this. You can find blessings in this. And then the last word, pivot. This is a perfect time for you to take a look at what you've been doing and to maybe just pivot in a new direction. It could be pivoting with your relationships, looking at things differently and realizing, oh my gosh, I have so much time to spend with my family right now, and pivot where you were putting your focus. It might be time for you to pivot in your business, for you to realize, okay, what I was doing was working then, but it's not working right now. How can I pivot to make the best of this and to create forward momentum? So I just love those words. I heard them the other day and I had to write it down. I just loved it. And I just think it's something, we can all focus on and let those words kind of sink in and find out what that it means for you. This is also a time to reset routines and rituals. We have such a new lifestyle right now in the way that we're doing things. Most of us do, at least. If you already work from home or something, this might not be new for you, but there might be more people in your home now. And so now you have to kind of change how you're giving your energy to your family and whatnot. Or you had a job and now you're at home and you're like, wow, I don't know how to do this. This is like, wow, I have too many hours in a day, or I can't run errands like I used to, or I can't go to the gym. I know for me, it's adapting to working out at home. It's just not something that I do. And this is a perfect time for me to pivot in a new direction and change what I was doing and get creative and, find new ways to stay fit, move my body and feel good, and really embrace what's happening. And so I had to reset my routines and my rituals. And you know what that might also mean for you? Maybe you need to add in some meditation, because there's so much stress right now for a lot of people, financial stress especially. And you might need to add a little meditation into your day. I totally encourage it. Harbor your thoughts, get some good juju going and really get in that space. So it might not be your thing, but it might. If you've never tried it, you don't know. And I don't need to get overly elaborate on this resetting your routines. Don't make this like checklist of like 900 things you need to do, because you're probably not going to do it. So just find a couple things that you need to reset that'll help you kind of normalize your day. Maybe still wake up at the same time that you were. Maybe wake up an hour later. Maybe have a morning routine that you do with your family, something that you guys can all do so it gives you some structure. And get out of your sweatpants. It's probably going to be another thing that'll be good for you. Make sure you take a shower every day, freshen up, like feel good, and make that part of your routine, because it was part of your old routine and how you took on the day. And right now it might be kind of hard to do that because you're like, why? Well, multiple reasons why you should do it. health benefits, especially when you comes to this COVID-19 thing, the way that things can spread. I do encourage showering daily just to be smart, but also just for your energy levels and feeling fresh. That way you'll have motivation to do things. And those things that you do doesn't have to be work related. Like this is obviously a podcast I want to really be giving information for entrepreneurs, but it's for every single person. So whether you have an online business or you don't, definitely take something away from this and take this time right now to work on things. That could be painting, that could be projects outside where you get dirty and whatnot. But you know what? Take that shower, get energized, get motivated, and create those new routines. But I also want you to have a shutdown process because a lot of times at night we'll recheck into the news, or we'll stay on our computers too late, or we'll be watching movies really late. And so have your shutdown process as well. I think it's really, really, really smart for people to, tune out of things so that their mind is not just going, because that's where panic can happen. Panic, stress, overwhelm can really happen when we tune into too many things at night, along with overstimulating your mind at night. So, big on shutting down your work hours. If you do work from home or you're working on something, shutting that down in the last hour or two before you go to bed, that'll really help you with getting a good quality night's sleep and feeling good the next day, and really lowering stress levels if that's something that seems to be continually creeping up on you. Getting good sleep right now is really important for you to do. And maybe it's something that you haven't done for a while because you've been so busy before this happened. Hey, take advantage of catching some really good sleep. It's so good for your health and it'll really help with your stress levels. So take advantage of that. And also, this helps you ease your mind and it gives you control of something in this really uncontrollable world. So when you can control, your morning routines, your shutdown process, a few things throughout the day, you'll really you'll feel better knowing that there's so many other things right now that we can't control. And that's just one thing that you can. And as well as your outlook on things. So take advantage of those two things, capitalize on them, and learn these new mental habits right now. And you guys, I want you to find this silver lining in this downtime and the extra time. I hear a lot of people complain about being bored and unmotivated. And I get it. Yes, you have more time than you're used to. But let's talk about before this happened, you were complaining about not having time. You were complaining about having too much to do and just wanting to be able to relax. Look, it's here. It's here for you right now. So stop complaining because the grass is green right underneath you and you just got what you've asked for. So please do me and do yourself a favor and don't bitch about the thing that you said you wanted. I would just want you to take time out and spend it with your family. I hear so many people that are getting bored and sick of their family and things like that. What if they're not here tomorrow? How would you feel about thinking those thoughts? Yes, it might get monotonous, but you know what? It's a beautiful opportunity for you. So whatever that may be for you, the thing that you're complaining about, I really encourage you to take advantage of it. This is the time that you get to do things that you say you never have time to do. And you got time to organize. You have time to take a nap. You have time to do hobbies. You have time to work out. You have time to read that book. You have time to take that webinar. Whatever it may be, like you have the time now. So please, please, please take advantage of it because once it all goes back to normal, you'll be wishing you could go back to this time when you had the time. So live your life knowing that the grass is green underneath you and that there's beautiful silver linings in every single thing that we go through. And when life goes back to, your quote unquote normal, live then knowing that the grass is green underneath you and not bitching and complaining about you wish what was or you wish what is. All we have is right now. And I just really encourage you to focus on making the best of right now. And I've said this a few times before, and I'm going to say it again. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. We're only guaranteed right now. So please check your thoughts, catch them, and make the best of each moment. Because if you don't, I promise you, you'll wish you had. Okay, so let's pivot directions a little bit. I really hope that those mindset shifts I really do hope that that sticks in for you guys, because I just find it really important to get in that right mental space for so many reasons, for right now, but also for the future. All right, so I want to, talk about how the fact that we're all going to be talking about this COVID-19 and how we're being affected by it and what's good, what's bad. Maybe probably not a lot of good, because a lot of people aren't talking about a lot of good, but some people are. And what I want to encourage you to realize is that you get to decide how you want to speak about it. You can either speak from a place of what's scary, what's paralyzing you, how you're fearful, and letting yourself becoming this victim and complaining with others about these same things, about your 401k, about not having money and all that stuff. And you want to know what that does, that focus right there? It's going to bring about more of that same energy, more of that lack, more of that dis-ease, more of that not enough, more of that negativity. It's just going to keep bringing about more of all those things that you don't want because you keep talking about it. And you know what that does? Because it should make you feel like life is tragic. And it really unknowingly realizing it, what you're doing is you're making yourself being stuck in your thoughts of what's not going right. Like you're just literally going to stay stuck there. So you can either stay there or you can decide a different way to speak about what's going on. You can be a light for people. Yes, you might have shit going on that sucks. But you can be that person that's a leader that decides to think about this differently, treat this differently, and take action differently. And you can add value to people. You can add entertainment to people. You can help bring some laughter to some people, because I think a lot of people do need that, and they do need value, and they do need positivity, and they do need inspiration, and they do need motivation, and they do need hope. You can be a daily dose for people in whatever way you want to, so that they can, hopefully make a change for themselves. You get to be that ripple effect for people. And I personally, I'm not trying to be like woo-woo and whatnot, but it works. When we cast off a certain energy, we can create change. So you get to decide what kind of change that you want. And I know me, I like good change. I like positive change. I love all that stuff because I want a really good life, and I just want the people that I'm surrounded by to have that good life and to be exuding, happiness, because isn't that the thing we're all seeking at the end of the day? Is we want happiness and knowing that our life is really good. And this is a perfect time for you to check in with your thoughts, check in with the way that you've been thinking, the way that you've been projecting yourself out there to the world, and decide if happiness is the thing that you want. And not to be happy when, you're on your way to Disneyland, but to be happy amidst the crisis and the chaos that's happening. All right. One other mindset shift or different way to treat things is don't hoard and don't have a scarce mentality. The way we stimulate our economy is by buying and spending money. I see a lot of people, saying that they're scared to spend money. I'm not saying don't be scared to spend money. Let me make sure you understand what I'm saying. Yes, be smart about spending money. Maybe you make smart financial moves. But you also still have to spend money. It's the way it works. And the whole hoarding thing, you guys, it's not like a war going on. We're just like, toilet paper is not going out of style. They're not going to stop making it. Toilet paper things cracks me up. But okay, so these two things, don't hoard and don't have that scarce mentality. The way we stimulate our economy is by buying things and spending money. And there has to be things out there that, people have to buy. They need to buy food. They need to buy, certain items, certain services still. And so it's okay if you have something that's valuable for people to buy and you still offer that. That's okay. Because you know what? You don't need to offer everything for free. Now, if you sell something, can you maybe change the price on it and lower it? Yes. Can you add some free value out there? Absolutely. But do not feel bad if you have a product or service. Do not feel bad about selling it, because when we can help people do something that's going to help make their life better, maybe it's going to help them make more money. Why would we feel bad about that? We're doing something great for everybody. And again, that's how our economy is stimulated. So let's do something for our entire economy and for ourselves. Don't hoard. Don't be scarce. It's okay to offer things to sell. And it's okay to buy things. Of course, just do it smart if financially you're in a tougher place. And the last thing about this is that not everybody is not making money right now. So a lot of people with that are employees and have a job, a lot of them aren't working right now. Yes, this is true and this is a fact. But there are some companies out there that are doing really well. And there are some businesses out there that are doing really well. Like if you have an online business, for example, a network marketing business, maybe a online personal training business, things like that. Those happen to be doing really well right now because it's something that people can do from home, and it's something that adds value to people's lives in one way or another. And like Amazon, for example, they're doing great right now. So people in Amazon, they still got jobs. People in these, essential businesses, they still have jobs. So if you think people don't have money to spend, don't categorize everyone, because people do. So just remember, you can adapt and change and pivot, which means you might need to pivot right now what you're doing from a financial perspective to one that creates more opportunity for you. And that might sound scary because that means, oh my gosh, I have to change my identity of what people know me as. That's okay. I've pivoted like 900 times, and I'm pretty sure we all have. And, if you have that little entrepreneurial bug, then you know what I'm talking about. You've tried 900 different things, and maybe 899 of them have barely worked, but they've worked a little bit, which gives you hope that this 900th one can still work. And so there's opportunity out there for you guys. And if you want to stay a victim and just hope that the government saves you, you can do that, and that's okay. You can also pivot in a direction where you're adapting to this, where you're seeing a way that you can put some life back into your own life, some hope and some value, and seeing things brighter when you wake up, and it'll get you out of that crisis mentality because you're in action. There's a lot of things you could be doing right now to create those opportunities for you. And it's all in deciding if you want to pivot and see what the smart thing is, and letting your audience know and helping them, bring some hope and new opportunity into their life as well. Because right now, I think the biggest thing we all need is hope. I feel like that's the end of my rant. Yeah, you guys, it's true on all this that I said. And this last part is really important to me because I think just the fact that, knowing how important it is for us to just be adapting in general right now and realizing that we have to do a lot of things online virtually, and that the opportunities right now and what the world is, a lot of it's going to be done online. And I'm just being, really serious right about that. And, I'm not an expert, but look at what we're doing. We're doing everything online and from our phones. And it's pretty great what we have in front of us because the world is potentially going to go in this direction in the future. We're definitely here right now in this direction right now. So it's important that you do a couple things when it comes to this, online thing. One, find some opportunity online. It could be a variety of things. Is it learning a hobby online? Is it being part of a community online? I'm on Zoom chats every single day, part of my community, and it's amazing. And I'm so blessed and so grateful for the technology that we have. Is it working out with a trainer online? Is it taking that course online? Like, there's a lot of things you can do, and we're in that space. So embrace it, do it, step into it. And if you want to put your entrepreneur boots on, I totally recommend it. And get into action for the betterment of you and for the betterment of being able to help so many others, which a lot of this stuff, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, I'm going to save that for another episode. We'll talk about those ideas that I have. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be my next episode. But right now, what we really need to do is make the best of what's going on. And there's so many ways you can do it. And it really starts with the way you decide to show up each day in your mind for yourself and for others. So I really encourage you guys to analyze where you want to be, where you are, and how you're going to get there. Make some shifts because right now we're in a season. And that season means we have to change some things that we were doing because right now they're not going to work. And you can either make the best of this situation or you can make the worst of it. And I really, really, really encourage you because I love you so much. I encourage you to make the best of it because, like I always say, we only have one life to live and we truly, truly, truly need to make it amazing. Not in just the amazing times, but in the worst of times. So that is all I have for you today, you guys. And with that being said, I love you guys so much. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Until the next episode, much love to you.